I think that hopefully we have resolution. We can't control that now. The judge will make the decision. When she makes the decision, my estimation is sometime before the end of the summer. Somebody asked me, is it end of August? I pointed out that September 21st is the end of summer. What's up guys, Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. Hope everybody's doing well. We're going to dive into XRP today. We're going to take a look at the price charts, going to go through some recent news if we have time. So the clip I played in the beginning where David Schwartz is giggling like berable guy was Brad Garlinghouse over at XRP Apex, and I found it interesting because he basically gives the prediction for the final verdict of the court case to come by the end of summer, and he says the date September 21st. So I think everybody in the XRP community deserves some good news this year. So very much looking forward to this summer because we're not done yet. As spot trading hasn't gone live yet, and the XRP price chart is in a very interesting position, which we'll go over because the monthly RSI or momentum has crossed over the 50 line. Alright, so first up on the coin perspective decom, we can see if XRP had Ethereum's market cap today of $415 billion, that 1 XRP would be $745, and both Ethereum's market cap and price today are below its TIM price. Its all-time market cap was $570 billion. So if we took 570 divided by XRP's market cap to see what XRP would be with Ethereum's all-time market cap, that would be over $17. So I know some say that there's more ROI in other assets if you want to play with micro caps than low caps. Be my guest, anything can perform, but just a friendly reminder that XRP has flipped Ethereum's market cap 2 other times in the past, and it is in theory possible to happen again, especially considering if Bitcoin draws major moves in all-time highs like the past 3 cycles. Bitcoin without a doubt reaches multiple trillions in market cap, and if that were to happen, looking at Ethereum today, it looks highly probable that Ethereum would also reach $1 trillion in market caps. The price potential for any single asset is out there. We've seen the bold predictions across the board for the total crypto market cap as well. We know that Ral is predicting another liquidity cycle, and he's estimating for the total crypto market cap to go between 10 to 12 trillion, which would be absolutely insane. So I think with any of these predictions or projections from major companies, even Ripple and Medico predicting a 10 trillion crypto custody market by 2030, or are with this cycle top in the total liquidity index, it's super interesting. I think it's important to take it with a giant grain of salt and have a believe it when I see a mindset, but I'm always open to this, and if you think those numbers are too crazy. We also had Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple, predicting for the total crypto market cap in 2024 to reach $5 trillion. So I think that is easily within the realm of possibility. We actually just need confirmation from Bitcoin drawing that first major move and going up to 5 trillion from 2.3 trillion, a little over a 100% move. That is absolutely doable if liquidity enters, and I know a little bit over a 100% move for the total crypto market cap doesn't seem like much, but when you go back in time and look at what 100% or even 200% moves did for a variety of assets, they went up multiple X's. Looking at the total crypto market cap on the monthly price chart, we can see this is still holding structure with candle bodies above the 8-month EMA. These purple rectangles here is when Bitcoin is running major moves in all-time highs. Specifically, the monthly RSI reached at least 90 plus for the past 2 cycles. We haven't seen this yet. Yes, we had a little wave, but remember, these moves are after Bitcoin is leading the way, drawing major moves in all-time heights, and per the past cycles, major moves that first large monthly candle body, not just wicks above. So we haven't even seen that. Looking at Bitcoin's monthly RSI for the last 3 cycles, the monthly RSI has all gone over 90, and we haven't seen that. And these moves are specifically after Bitcoin draws major moves in all-time highs, which we also haven't seen yet. And per the XRP price chart, specifically what we've at least seen thus far in history is XRP only runs after Bitcoin is running. So based off that, that's why I'm always referring back to the Bitcoin price chart to see the first major move, because historically, even leading to Bitcoin dominance crashing, that is what we've seen leading to alt seasons. So that's what I'm basing it off of. If you think it's going to be different, it's totally possible. If you think a switch is flipped, or if you think There's going to be positive news with the court case. Anything's possible, just showing an example of what we've seen for XRP's history over the past 10 plus years, and that's why I personally expected the rhyme in the future, and we're going to see and historically crossing this middle line or the 50 line for the monthly RSI or the momentum is really important for XRP, and we did get that crossover. There are a million ways to look at the XRP price chart, looking at similar periods, drawing different cups, or an accumulation consolidation before expansion with Bitcoin's first major move and comparing it to today. Looking at these and even just matching the fractals of the highs right there, and then just entering a period of accumulation or consolidation here before the break, and that was based off of Bitcoin's first major move. Looking at these fractals and patterns for years with XRP still ranging under $1, it'll drive you nuts, but the patterns are there and you can actually elongate this. You could shorten it. There are arguments with trend lines that were actually already there. There's so many ways to look at it, and that's a major reason I want to see Bitcoin's first major move. I've shared the fractals of XRP and Bitcoin. We have Bitcoin on the weekly versus XRP on the weekly. Looking at these retracements to the 50% retracement, it crashed back to the 0.59, exactly where XRP did find its support around 28. See, I know I've been sharing this since 2022, and we can see even measuring Bitcoin's top up until this point about 560 days, and then doing the same thing for XRP. To look at this length, XRP is drawing over 2 times longer, so this is the Fibonacci pattern or the FIB fractal I've been looking at for a really long time, just awaiting for XRP to actually break out of this range. And before looking at the XRP Bitcoin price chart, remember we had Cardano ADA. This is a top performer last cycle, from its cycle low to its all-time high, doing well over a 100x, and notice that the Cardano Bitcoin price chart or ADA 8 versus BTC retraced perfectly to the 72 Fibonacci retracement to the very wicks. So let me just zoom in really quick. From the high to the low, we came exactly to a 702, so it might seem silly, but that is still why I'm looking from the high to low. XRP 702 Fibonacci retracement on the XRP Bitcoin price chart, because the ROI is insane in a 1,700% retrace for the XRP Bitcoin price chart would basically equate to XRP being around $10 today, and that also aligns with the XRP and Bitcoin fractal I showed previously for XRP reaching in my price, which is really interesting. But we need to see that first major move from Bitcoin, and what I personally believe, besides existing XRP holders that have researched it for years, they know how deep the ties go. They're waiting, but the majority of the market dismisses XRP. They're not going to care about it unless it breaks into an all-time high. And for those that have experienced a crypto bull run before, we've seen the power that FOMO and euphoria has on the market, and I believe that euphoria is going to return when we see all-time highs. We know this cycle Bitcoin topped in December of 2017. XRP blasted to an all-time price a couple weeks later, and we're going to see if this cycle is going to rhyme. The most important thing for me for every single asset out there is seeing the first major move for Bitcoin. If it starts blasting going over 880.00 plus, I'm getting very excited, and there might be a lot of alls that retrace with the market, but the highest potential is as Bitcoin gets closer to its market top, and then the alt market plays catch up. And here's an example of the Bitcoin price sure in XRP back in 2017 that I shared a while back. Bitcoin initially draws major moves in all-time highs, leading the way, drawing higher highs until it finds its cycle top. During this period, XRP retraced with Bitcoin a little bit, and then we got caught in massive consolidation in this tight range, and then later blasted to an all-time price a couple weeks after Bitcoin found its top. So we can see Bitcoin here 300% in ROI and XRP over 6.00 per. And of course, this is an example when XRP's market cap was much smaller, but we can see that XRP still outperformed Bitcoin massively. So looking at the XRP price chart on the weekly time frame, remember since the end of 2020, XRP has been in a lawsuit. It was delisted. There is bad news left and right. So considering Brad Garlinghouse's prediction for a final verdict for the court case, there could be any type of catalyst. So obviously for XRP, it's really important to maintain above our cycle low at 28 cents. We've gotten back above the 50 moving average in the 21 EMA, still below a bunch of retracements. We have the open with weekly fair value gap at A110. We have an open liquidity gap at $159, very close to the 786 Fibonacci retracement. Alright, let's run through a few other pieces of news. I'm losing my voice here, so you can see Ripple put this out, asset tokenization today and tomorrow. The estimated worth of asset tokenization today is as much as $3.5 billion, and with projections that it could reach $16 trillion by 2030, so I think that is 0.2% of the overall potential. We also know that the Ripple US dollar stablecoin is set to launch this year on the XRP ledger and Ethereum. We have Anders putting out this great post highlight Ripple swell its annual event and seeing where it was located each year. So we had Toronto, San Francisco, Singapore. 2020 was virtual. We had another virtual one. We had London, and last year was in Dubai, and this year is taking place in Miami. We've gone over the recent news with CME Group and the CF benchmarks collaborating on this for an XRP index. We can see CME Group highlighting the XRP dollar reference rates, and I believe Darren right here is just highlighting Ripple, and we can see under financial institution investors we have CME Ventures listed also at right here Ripple in the XRP ledger, the XRP Ledger Business Connect that took place last Friday. Today, giving an overview of the XRP ledger, a description of the XRPL Japan and Korea fund, and a use case in the enterprise area with guests from SSBC Trade and Hashkey. This was interesting, shared Arath Economist. So we have TravelX. This is a Ripple partner, and they just added 7 currencies to prepaid TravelX money carts. These aren't known as auto corridors, but could be interesting to see if reflected on the XRP ledger at all. Listing these currencies, and these currencies listed include the Norwegian krone, the Danish krone, the Icelandic krone, Hungarian forint, not sure how to pronounce that. We have the Thai baht and the Hong Kong dollar along with the Singapore dollar. I saw 2 interesting posts shared by blockchain backer. So we can see right here we have the total market cap of crypto, I believe is the price chart. We have the XRP US dollar as the orange, and he's pointing out this massive weekly bearish divergence where the RSI, the stochastic, and the MACD are going down as the total market cap is going up. So he's pointing out similarities to what we've seen in the past. After reaching historical extremes, a massive weekly bearish divergence showed up for total versus XRP US dollar right at resistance. MACD hit the historical extreme and flipped aggressively, as we can see it turning over the MACD right there, turning down. And when these events occurred in 2017 and 2021, 2 different examples, XRP outperformed to send it. Baby, I am tired of talking about XRP at these levels. And blockchain backer also points out this is the US Russell 2000. So the way I view this is looking at global liquidity, and I know I shared previously a really good post by Crypto Kai, and he basically overlays, I believe, the US Russell 2000 looking at the liquidity cycles, and he was showing the correlation of that with Bitcoin or the crypto market. So this was yesterday, sharing the Russell 2000 approaching the 702 and the 786. These are the final retracements, and basically if we want the crypto market to explode, we want to see the Russell 2000 break through these retracements as global liquidity increases. So here's a super quick example. We have the US Russell 2000 up top on the weekly, and we have the Bitcoin US dollar index down below on the weekly. Aligning these dates around this period, we have the Russell 2000 bottoming and climbing, and during this period Bitcoin did experience a really nice bull run or the super cycle in 2017. We can also see the bottom of March 2020 where the Russell right there aligned with March 2020 of Bitcoin. So there is some degree of correlation that we can see the Russell 2000 and global liquidity increases. What happened to Bitcoin? It went to an all-time price, and then interestingly enough up here the Russell 2000 basically topped. And where did Bitcoin top? Basically around that time. So there's definitely a big correlation with global liquidity, as R has highlighted a bunch, talking about these liquidity cycles, not necessarily saying it is the Bitcoin having or that it is elections per se. Even though elections can align with stimulus, it is just global liquidity going up. What's good to see is the Russell 2000 right there is breaking out, so we want to see this fly to the sky. And also Bitcoin has yet to breakouts. So per the past cycles, the higher we see the Russell 2000 go, the absolute better it is for Bitcoin, and then of course the altcoin market. So there are a million things to consider with global liquidity, the previous cycles, awaiting for Bitcoin to draw its first major move, and then the performance of a variety of alts. And I know that price action, news, and time, especially time, can all affect sentiment, and again, you can have a believe it when I see a mindset. I think that's really important to have, so your expectations are in check and you're not let down. But the probability that Bitcoin breaks into major moves and all-time highs is there for the previous cycles. Looking at Bitcoin dominance, looking at the Bitcoin volatility index, which is also increasing now, it's at 18 today. The previous cycle time tops are over 50, so we want to see that go up. The structure lengths, which we measured even this longest cycle, we are still in this range. So I just wanted to do another big rant, sharing some looks going over XRP. We've gone over a bunch of fundamental news in previous videos, and that is why I still hold XRP. Last but not least, guys, we have Itist Capital linked in the top of the YouTube video description for crypto retirement accounts. I've had a Roth IRA here for over 4 years, and I have XRP in my Roth IRA. Feel free to check it out if you're interested, and I hope you guys enjoyed.